we have to make lunch. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to make lunch again, but here we are. We'll probably have to make lunch, dinner, and breakfast one more time. So,
order up.
one hamburger, one quesadilla.
Order up. Order up. Order up.
Easy enough. Oh, okay. So, let's... I think we can we put the pictures back? No, we can't. But these are the missing pictures, and it was revealed that Bill Kessler grew up here, and he has a motive, but he says that he's not causing the accidents. He also told us that we can open this by turning all these to pig. And some of these turn others. Kind of randomly.
Empty. If there was a special master key in here, it's gone now.
Okay, well, maybe can Bill tell us? No, he's gone. Okay. He's still at lunch. Well, while we wait for Bill to come back, we can call the hospital because I think Nancy can ask them about that Julius Quaid guy.
Pinevale Hospital, Nurse Blake speaking.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. I'm trying to locate a man named Julius McQuaid. I think he may have been treated there on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yes, Julius McQuaid. I remember him well. Was he a relative, dear?
Was? You mean he passed away?
Yes, dear. Viral pneumonia. As I recall, we admitted him and he was gone less than 24 hours later.
Well, I wasn't a relative and I didn't really know him. We had kind of a mutual friend.
From his appearance, it looked as if he'd spent the last several years holed up somewhere in the wilderness. That's why I remember him. I felt sorry for him, living all alone like that.
Actually, he wasn't alone. He was with our mutual friend.
Well, that's good to hear.
Do you still have his personal effects?
When he came in, all he had were the clothes on his back. No wallet, nothing. We turned his clothes over to the authorities along with his remains. But last I heard, they weren't able to locate any relatives either. I'm sure by now he's been cremated.
Well, thank you for the information.
Sorry the news couldn't have been better. Goodbye, dear.
So kind of sad, because he passed away, and now Isis is all alone in that hut. Okay, we also found and it's not on here, but we found this phone number, so let's call this phone number.
You've reached the office of Dr. Nikki Sabatini, professor of geology at the University of Alberta, Camrose. The sound of the beep? No, disregard all that. I'm here. Who's this?
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm staying at the Icicle Creek Lodge, and I recently came across some kind of device that had your phone number on it.
Describe the device.
Well, it has a spike on one end of it, and...
Well, I'll be darned. Where did you say you found it?
Well, actually, someone's dog was using it as a chew toy. She must have found it outside somewhere. You know what it is?
It's a geophone. Someone stole a whole crate of them from me when I was out on Skookum Ridge not too long ago.
What's a geophone?
If you stick it in the ground, a geophone will detect seismic waves and turn them into electrical signals, which are then transmitted to a computer so they can be recorded and eventually interpreted. It lets geologists like me make maps of mineral deposits and such without doing any digging. See, I was preparing to do a subsurface survey of the area using reflection seismology. I set up camp, stored all my equipment in a trailer, went into town for supplies, and when I came back, the trailer had been broken into, and all my geophones were gone. I was going to be the first person to do a full geological survey of the Icicle Creek drainage and the ridges surrounding it. Got grant money and everything. The person who ripped off my equipment sure screwed that up for me. If I ever get my hands on him, oh!
When you say seismic waves, are you talking about earthquakes?
In a way. You see, the seismic waves that geophones detect are man-made. You detonate something on the surface of the ground, and the concussion creates seismic waves which bounce off different geological features differently, depending on the impedance of the feature. The reflected waves are what the geophones detect and transmit.
So, to put the geophones to use, you need to blow things up?
Correct.
That's interesting. So, if someone were looking for valuable mineral deposits, they might use geophones to do it?
If someone had the technical expertise, yes. Although reflection seismology is more typically employed to locate deposits of hydrocarbons, like oil and gas.
What types of mineral deposits are likely to be found around the Icicle Creek drainage?
All kinds of deposits. Silver, lead, uranium, molybdenum. I love saying that word, molybdenum. I think that's why I became a geologist. Just so I'd have a reason to say molybdenum. Anyway, if you come across any more of my geophones, or anything that would indicate who stole them, please let me know.
I will.
Good.
What do you know about dinosaur bones?
Precious little, I'm afraid. I know it's possible to find good specimens in Alberta, particularly in your area, but beyond that, paleontology's not really my thing. And all my paleo pals are currently off digging in the dirt on the other side of the world, so I'm afraid I can't refer you to anyone either.
Are dinosaur bones good for anything?
Other than studying? If you're a scientist, no. But because they're obviously rare, a lot of people collect them. In fact, I understand there's a pretty big black market for them.
Black market? You mean people pay money for dinosaur bones?
People pay big money for them.
I appreciate your taking the time to talk to me.
One more thing. All of my geophones were hardwired to transmit at 990 kilohertz. So if you find any kind of receiver tuned to that frequency, check it out, because it could very well belong to the thief. Bye!
Actually, let's talk to Ned. We haven't talked to Ned in a while.
Hey, Nance.
Hi, Ned.
What's going on?
What I can't figure out is who left those old photos of Bill Kessler for me in the sauna.
Someone left pictures for you in the sauna?
Yeah, they proved that Bill Kessler lied when he said this was his first visit to Icicle Creek Lodge. Turns out his grandmother used to own the place.
So someone wanted you to know that Kessler was lying?
Actually, right after I found the pictures, the door closed behind me and I couldn't get out. If I hadn't managed to fill the pipes with cold water instead of hot, and if Bill Kessler hadn't finally opened the door, we wouldn't be having this conversation, or any other for that matter.
Someone left incriminating pictures of Kessler for you, then tried to lock you in the sauna?
Looks that way.
But if the idea was to lock you in, why bother to leave you the pictures? Why not just lure you down there, push you inside, then lock the door after you?
Maybe someone left the pictures for me and someone else followed me downstairs and locked me in. Maybe the two are totally unrelated.
In any case, the fact that Kessler is the one who got you out pretty much lets him off the hook, huh?
Not necessarily. Maybe Kessler opened the door only because he figured by then my goose had been cooked, as it were. He did look pretty surprised when he saw me.
Well, be that as it may, one thing is for darn sure. No more saunas for you.
Guadalupe Camillo admitted she came to Icicle Creek Lodge not to watch birds, but to protect the wolf.
So you were right.
Yep.
And all the accidents?
Well, I suppose that she and that organization she belongs to might feel the best way to protect the wolf is by forcing Chantal to shut down the lodge, but...
But what?
Well, for one thing, she's not at the lodge anymore. Ollie kicked her out.
That doesn't exonerate her. She could have been working with someone who's still there.
She's just so passionate about the wolf. I respect that, and I guess it makes me want to give her the benefit of the doubt.
She lied to you once, Nancy. Just remember that.
It was great talking to you.
Call again soon, okay?
I will. Bye.
Well, I was hoping that Bill would be back.
How can I help you?
That's all for now.
We'll talk again, I'm sure.
What you need?
I'll get out of your hair now.
Good.
Everyone else is here. Where is Bill? Oh, wait. It said snoring.
Huh? Oh, hi.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to wake you.
Could have fooled me. What do you want?
I opened up that pyramid like you told me, but there was nothing inside.
There wasn't? Oh. Well, I'm afraid you're out of luck.
There's no other way to get into Trapper Dan's Needle?
You know, Grandma Tilly once told me that if you turn the top of the pyramid 45 degrees, then fill all the boxes on the outside with one kind of animal, then another kind of animal, until you do that for all 4 animals, she said if you do that, you'd find a journal in there written by Trapper Dan himself.
Do you think it's still there?
I guess. I know I didn't take it out of there.
I'd better get going.
Okie dokie.
So the reason why we want to get into Trapper Dan's needle is because we saw that piece of fabric sticking out of it, and Nancy thinks that that's our culprit who's been blowing things up because the person who threw an ice ball at us was wearing a black snowmobile suit. So that's why we're trying to get into the needle, because it's suspicious. Maybe someone is hiding something there. So what we do here is we turn all of the squares to one type of animal. First raccoon, then wolf, pig, and then moose. So raccoon. And then wolf. Each time you do this, the thing changes. So, okay. Wait, no. Okay, then pig. And then moose. And there's a trick to each of these. Okay, wait, yeah, we already did that one. Oh, wait, it's making me do it again? Ha, okay, well, I messed that up. Now it thinks I need to start over. Okay, so this is kind of a glitch, I think. Okay. What did I literally just do? Okay, now Moose. There we go.
Daniel Weissnitz, better known as Trapper Dan, I'll bet.
Hi ho ho to you for discovering my hidden journal. No doubt you already found my magnetic key that unlocks my needle and the rooms. Keep my secrets safe, especially from the Mounties and those rascally squirrels, devious varmints. One thing's for certain, without an intelligent creature that can crawl through small spaces, such as my beloved Mary, you won't be able to use my vaults. I fixed the vault passageways so you can see if your animal is dumb or smart getting lost in the vaults. Make sure your pet can jump, as there are pits in there and has paws or hooves to move the levers. So, Trapper Dan's needle, this is like an alternative way to get into his needle, and that is to use his vault passageways to get into the room.
The first thing you need to do is crack my cipher below, or just follow the moose, wolf, raccoon, and Mary. Looks like the rest is in some kind of code.
Yes. And if you're a knucklehead and lost my magnetic key, don't run around yelling like some crazed Wolverine. I've done it many times and came up with an ingenious way of getting back into my needle. As for the rooms, well, you'll just have to bust down the doors and remake the key. The first thing you need to do is crack my cipher below, or just follow the moose, wolf, raccoon, and Mary. Okay, so the key to this cipher is it's in two, each line is in two lines. So you go F, then I, R, S, T. So you have to go up and down. I feel like there's a better term for this type of cipher, but I don't know what it is. So we're going to call it the up and down cipher. So F-I-R-S-T is first, then T-H-I-N-G-S, things, F-I-R-S-T, first. First things first, period. Locate my secret hideout in up in the mountains. It's so secret you'll probably never find it. But if you do, find my Rex bone and use it in the wall of my hideout. So his secret hideout is the hut we found, which Isis lives in. Okay, so find my Rex bone and use it in the wall of my hideout. That'll open up my secret lock. Then match my wits with the infernal slot machine. Use the duck counter to match up all three animals. It helps to first put the same animal in a column and work from there. There are 3 more animal keys hidden in the lodge. Wait. Okay. Mary always had a fox. This cunning about her.
Can't find Mary? Well, try pulling on that rope above the vaults. You'll just have to keep it taut. Mary always helped me with that. Mary must have been referring to his pet pig.
I like how what Nancy's saying is not matching the dialogue here. Okay, can't find Mary. We'll try pulling on that rope above the vaults. It'll open up a surprise at the end of the hallway on the 2nd floor. You'll just have to keep it taut. Mary always helped me with that, and once she got through the maze. Now you just need 3 more keys to open the keyholes. There are 3 more animal keys hidden in the lodge. The moose, the wolf, the raccoon. It's easy to find the moose. Just push out his eye and see the surprise. The fire necklace will tell you all you need to open up the sly raccoon's hiding place. Sorry, this is where it says the fire necklace will tell you all you need to open up the sly raccoon's hiding place. Just don't wake up any of the lodgers. The wolf is the trickiest to find because only the likes of Marie Curie or Mr. Geiger can hear his call. Okay, so this journal is kind of tricky. Basically what it's saying is we have to find these. I think we just need 3 animal keys. Yeah, 3 animal, or they look like tokens, and they're around the lodge. And we also have to, in the tunnels, get to the place where we put the 3 tokens. All of this is to get into Trapper Dance Needle. So let's just start off by finding some of the tokens. The ones that we can find right now are the raccoon and the moose. So let's do the moose first because it just says to pop out his eye. You might be thinking, oh, it's that eye, but that's a deer. That's not even a moose. Or it's like this eye, but it's not. And so those are all the moose heads that are in here. The moose that you want to look at is actually in one of the guest rooms. It's in Yanni's room. In Yanni's room is a moose. So you take out his eye, and then I guess that moves that down.
Something tells me this radio belongs to Yanni. And if so, why is he hiding it?
Find a mysterious radio. Very weird. And this is the moose counter. So we have that. Now, for the raccoon, use the fire necklace. So this is in the display. The fire necklace will tell you all you need to open up the slime raccoon's hiding place. Just don't wake up any lodgers. Okay, so here's the fire necklace. We have all these colors, 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then fire at the end. So this, again, is kind of hard, but if you've noticed that the locks change colors, you might be able to put it together. And then there's a fireplace at the end here. So this is kind of telling us what the fire necklace is saying. So if you look at it like this room should be white, this room should be red, blue, red, then blue and green, according to the necklace. So white, then red, then red again, then blue, blue, and green. Oops. Green. Okay. You think, oh, nothing happened, but now this raccoon's eyes are green. Before they were not green. So you click on it, and now we have the raccoon token. So now we have 2 of the tokens. And for the rest of the hints in this journal, you really need to get into the vaults. And to do that, we need the Rex Bone. And to find the Rex Bone, we need to figure out whose notebook this is. Where did it go? This notebook. We still haven't found out whose this is. They definitely have the missing Rex Bone. But we need it to be morning so that we can take people's washcloths and have Isis help us figure that out. and it's 2:30 p.m. So, we can change the time, but first I'm just gonna, since we need to waste time, I'm just gonna call some people. We still haven't talked to Faringdale. Let's talk to them about their accident with the potato salad. I think they will answer now.
Hello?
Hi, are you Mrs. Faringdale?
Put your socks on in the car, okay? We're late. This better not be a sales call because I really don't have time.
No, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge. You know, in Canada.
After what happened to me and my family, I have no intention of going back there ever, no matter how many freebies you throw in. I thought I made that clear. Put that cookie down and get in the car.
I'm not really with the lodge. I just wondered if you could tell me what happened.
The three of us had meatloaf, potato salad, and green beans for dinner one night. And by 4 the next morning, we were all sick as dogs and had to be taken to the hospital. We recovered quickly, thank goodness. But the minute we got out, we went straight to the airport. I will never set foot in that lodge again. The worst of it is, I made poor little Susie eat all of her potato salad that night. Eat it, I said. It's cold out. You need the carbs. Now she refuses to eat any kind of potatoes, even French fries. All our friends think she's a freak, and all our friends' mothers think I'm a freak for going to Canada for winter break instead of Disney World like everyone else. Turn that TV off. I have to go. Susie's got a soccer game, and I'm snack mom. Only I haven't been to the store yet. Maybe I can sneak out during halftime.
Sure, just pull out the orange slices and no one will notice.
Oh my gosh, the orange slices. Susie, get in the car! We have to go right now!
Okay, so next I'm gonna call Guadalupe and then Chantal to give her an update. I'm calling Guadalupe because I think Nancy might tell her something about the wolf, like what we found out about Julius McQuaid and the wolf.
Hello?
Hi, Lupe. This is Nancy Drew again.
Is everything all right?
The wolf's fine. I just have some questions.
Like what?
Have you ever heard of someone named Julius McQuaid?
Julius McQuaid? No, doesn't ring any bells.
I think he's the reason why the white wolf isn't afraid of humans. He kind of made a pet out of her.
Well, in that case, I wish I did know him, so I could smack him upside the head. It's his fault the wolf is in this predicament. People should never make pets out of wild animals. Ever.
I'd better get going.
Do keep in touch. Bye.
Chantal.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. I finished that survey and faxed it to Tino.
I know. I was a little disappointed to hear that it had failed to pinpoint the culprit, but Tino said he's still analyzing the data, whatever that means. Anyway, what else is going on?
Did Ollie tell you that Guadalupe Comillo checked out?
Yes, he told me.
Did he tell you he pretty much threw her out?
Well, good riddance, right? I mean, he said she was an environmental nut job. In fact, he said he wouldn't be surprised if she's the one who caused those accidents and blew up the bunkhouse.
I don't think so.
You don't? I was hoping I could tell my lawyers that the case is closed and come home.
I still have to come up with proof.
Oh, that. Well, the lodge is probably better off without her in any case. Although she did pay for her stay in advance, and in cash. Cash is good. Oh well. Anything else to report?
Did you know that Ollie is building a trap to catch the wolf that's been hanging around?
No, but he told me he'd been having trouble shooting it, so good for him. Whatever it takes to get rid of it.
But why does he need to get rid of it? It's not hurting anything.
It's freaking out my guests, which means it's hurting my bottom line, especially on top of everything else that's been happening.
But why not, say, call a wolf sanctuary and have them come and take the wolf away? That would certainly be more humane.
Look, Ollie's had a lot of experience with varmints or whatever he calls them, so I have to assume that he knows best. In fact, I think he used to hunt wolves for food. Or was that bears? Lions, tigers, bears, wolves, they're all a huge insurance risk for someone in my business. So I don't care how Ollie does it. I just want that wolf gone. ASAP.
Do you have any idea what would make Bill Kessler think that your father cheated Tilly Wentworth when he bought Icicle Creek Lodge from her?
What does Bill Kessler know about it?
Apparently she was his grandmother.
Okay, here's what happened. Apparently, Tilly Wentworth got addicted to the shop at home channel and couldn't stop buying things. And pretty soon she was in debt up to her eyeballs. So finally, totally desperate, she went to my father and offered to sell the lodge to him for just enough money to pay off her creditors. But there was one stipulation, that my father never tell her family the real reason she was selling.
Why not?
She was embarrassed. She didn't want her children and grandchildren to discover that she'd squandered their inheritance. So my father bought the lodge from her, and as it turns out, she passed away soon afterwards. My father kept his word and never said anything to her family, even when they started saying that he'd somehow forced her to sell the lodge to him at a ridiculously low price.
Wow, Bill Kessler has no idea.
Well, unfortunately, it's gotta stay that way, so don't tell him. It's what his grandmother wanted.
Nothing else to report.
Don't let me down, okay?